Hello and good evening, everybody. Here we are. Welcome to BL Week in Review. I'm BL Songbird. You guys might all see me on social media all the time. Right now, it is the end of year countdown for my social media feeds, and we're having a great time talking about all of the fun things that have happened this year in the world of BL. And there are so many really fun moments that it's almost challenging to pick just one or two or 10. I don't know. I'm trying to stick to like three or four typically, but there are so many fun things that have been happening. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, uh, join the live commentary this evening. I'm sure we're going to have a great time and everybody's going to have a lot to say. And oh my goodness. Hello, hello, hello. I'm trying to stick just to one post and see how many I can fit in that. LOL. Okay. I mean that's going to be highly entertaining, Katie. That's going to be fun to see what happens with that for sure. Can't wait to see it. For real. Oh man. Okay, here we are, adding all of the pretty things at the last minute. Today is a last minute kind of day. Ah, oh no, I see what you guys mean. You're sticking to one post and fitting all you can into that one post. Yep. Right now, those kinds of posts are the ones I'm trying to do because work is still working and this is my last week before I go to winter break, and I am grading all of the papers and having all of the fun. I haven't kept up much, still playing catch up. You know what? That is okay. Could you imagine though, Katie, if it had been like the way I originally thought you meant it, which was like trying to stuff everything for the entire month into one post? I think that would be challenging. Oh man. Okay, okay. I don't know that we have new viewers today, but just on the off chance that there happens to be somebody new, just a little brief overview. This program runs when in an order that where we leave the spoilers to the end. So this is a spoiler free space until I call out for spoilers, and then it is all like free game from there. Tonight we have, series that are coming this next week, series that ended. There were no series that began. That was the first kind of moment for me when I realized we didn't watch anything new last week, at least none that I'm aware of. Um, there might have been some vertical form series. I'm considering starting to pay more attention to that. But if I paid attention to the vertical series, we would be overrun. I think I think I think we'd be overrun. I don't know. Okay, anyways, so yeah, spoilers at the end, and in the meantime, we're just going to give the news report, if you will. If you happen to see any of the things that I chat about, feel free to give a shout out in the chat, whether you liked them or not. I tend to read from the chat and like shout out people and what they have to say, and then the more likes there are for a show, the more likely it is you might want to watch the show at the end of the day, right? So a couple of side notes before we get really into it. The first one is Cinderella Closet. I finished that series. It is worth watching. So that is number one. I'm giving my endorsement for Cinderella Closet. It is on Netflix. It's 12 episodes. It was a really well done queer story. I loved it. Okay, really lovely. Queer? Could you call it? Well, queer adjacent. I don't know, guys. This is me expressing my ignorance. You guys can let me know if you've seen it in the comments. If you would consider it queer or just like like Hmm. How do you put it? Part of the community? I don't know. It was a great story. It was different. It was unique. It involved someone who was gender fluid in their expression, and it was just really, really beautiful. The second side announcement is that a queer series called First Spike, a queer is was only on I1TFC from the Philippines, and now it is available on YouTube for free. So go check it out, guys, before it disappears. I want to try to watch it. I hope it isn't gone in a couple weeks when I get a chance to finally see it. So that is titled First Spike. I was seeing such positive things about it that I went ahead and went to I1TFC and watched episode 1, um, which was the only one that was free back when it was airing, and it was really, really, really good. Okay, so that the last thing is also from my Patreon Discord server. If you haven't joined, you might want to. Uh, Mentioned Myanmar's like mini series slash short film titled "The Daisy You Give to Me." I haven't watched it, but I was looking at the comments, and everybody was saying how well done it was for how it was just a person, single person with a dream, essentially. So those are the kinds of stories that are kind of fun to me, anyways, because anybody can make a film and try their hand at it these days, right? Okay, I see that everybody is talking about what's coming soon already, so let's get to it. The big thing, the really really big thing, um, that I think I don't know. I wish we could figure out how to do it right. I know we're still kind of a small community when you look at it internationally, from over here in the West. But hey, we have a new person. Well, at least a name I don't recognize. Me Lilt, maybe Lil TV. I'm not sure. Let us know how you'd like to be called if you care to. Welcome to our little community. Okay, the big deal. We have heated rivalry happening here in the West. It is breaking the internet, essentially. It is everywhere. It is trending across all stations, all channels, all platforms. And by the way, for Blue Sky followers, I shut that particular hashtag off of our feed. I shut it down, just because it was so trending that everything else that we liked to chat about was obscured. Everybody's talking about it. And we have two very gay things coming to international Netflix on Thursday. The first one is Ten Dance. Everyone's already talking about it in the live chat. Ten Dance is being heavily advertised by Netflix, and it is a movie coming in from Japan about ballroom dance. So, if you love those ballroom dance shows that mix romance and competition together, yeah, and this one's gay, so that's a great combo right there already. And then the preview was just so sensual. So, Ten Dance movie coming to Netflix, and then Dare You to Death. I mean, I didn't quite believe it when I saw the advertisement saying that the platform Dare You to Death would be airing on was international Netflix until it appeared on my Netflix this week. So, Dare You to Death, the new series from GMMTV from Thailand, with our and if you don't know Jung and Dunk, look them up. They're super fun. Jung is part of Jasper, which is a pop group. Dunk does really, really incredible food videos on TikTok. Anyway, that is airing on international Netflix. For real, I am like dumbly excited. The preview is giving maybe Lethal Weapon vibes. Um, I might be showing my age by mentioning Lethal Weapon, but there you go. It's got action, comedy, thriller, mystery kind of vibe to it, and it will be on Netflix. So we have an opportunity because everybody is loving our Western BL, aka Heated Rivalry, and everybody has Netflix. I don't know what we can do with it, guys, but maybe there's something that goes really, really, really well together at the end of the day, right? So, Dare You to Death and Tin Dance are both coming to international Netflix on the same day. Technically, probably Ten Dance will be there tomorrow night, though, whereas Dare You to Death will be there Thursday morning. We, at the very least, need to let Netflix know with our watching that they need to put more on there, that it would be worth it to add more at the end of the day, right? Because the more that is on there, the more people will see it. Um, so yes, I am like dumbly excited about all of that. Just call. Okay, let's see. Let's see what other people are having to say. Oh my goodness, I've just caused everybody to talk so much. People are looking forward to Ten Dance. Uh, let's see. Just call me Airy. Okay. I hope I pronounced that correctly, Airy. Nice to meet you and welcome. I will unmute it now then. All right, Katie comes from Blue Sky. Good to know. Love at First Spike was good, but reviews are super mad that it wasn't what they wanted it to be. Lots of reasons were listed, and people can make up their own minds. Had some great characters. Okay, that's why I call it queer and not BL, because from what I understand, it's not really BL, but it is queer. Haven't started Heated Rivalry. I've watched the first two episodes and I'm hooked. I've watched the first three episodes. I haven't watched last Friday's yet for Heated Rivalry. We'll see how it goes. Jung Dunk, yes. Didn't realize it was on Netflix. Double check, Katie. I know you're in like a different country, but if it's in the US on Netflix, I'm assuming. Let us know, actually. Let us know if it's in your country. Um, you don't have Netflix, so you'll be VPNing to YouTube. What if it's not on YouTube at all? What then? Because it literally said international Netflix for the streaming platform. I know it'd be weird if it wasn't on YouTube, but it might not be. I'm iffy on it just a smidge, but I love Jung and Dunk. Okay, we've got some iffiness going on. I'm so happy for them. I hope it leads the way for more series on major platforms. The 4 episode on YouTube is so frustrating. True. Heated rivalry is getting real now. That is a good way to put it. Um, I'll be at the doctor's at 8 a.m. on Thursday. Aw. Yeah, I think it is. It's like 7:30 release time here on the here in the Pacific Standard Time region. It's at 7:30 a.m. on Thursday. I don't know what time in other areas. You guys will have to do the calculations. The LGBTQ's title Sway, the series, also ended last Sunday. The subtitles have been added afterwards, and they have now subtitled 4 or 5 episodes. Okay. Sway is another one from university alumni, I think, if I saw that correctly. I feel like GMM TV shows are always on YouTube somewhere, so I'm crossing my fingers. Well, yeah, let me know. Let me know. I'm watching Head to Head. It's really good. Yes, it is. Head to Head is very good. Absolutely. Okay, so those two are coming to Netflix. The Fridge is starting on Friday. The Fridge is not getting an international release, unfortunately, as far as I'm aware. Um, Again, another thriller type. No, well, I saw something about an alternate universe. Yeah, but it's one of those that's on Monomax. However, Mandate, which was also on Monomax, here's another aside. Mandate, that political intrigue boys love esque series. is coming to Gaga Ulala. So if Mandate is coming, then perhaps so will the fridge at some point, maybe in a couple months or something. I have my fingers crossed for us. Gaga did say that they have exciting things coming our way next week. So I don't know what they mean by that, but when they say exciting, oftentimes they really do mean that. I've had some great like moments waking up with Gaga's announcements, so I have my fingers crossed for us. Okay, the next big one on Saturday. If you love Forever You. Forever You, if you are new to the world, I don't know how many new people there are coming in, but there might be quite a few. If you are new, Forever You is cute. It's one of those stories that is cute with heart and a little drama, and just a lot of meat on its bones. It's going to be 5 parts. The first 2 parts have already aired in 16 episodes. We're getting the next 3 parts. I know they're calling it part 2, but it's technically story 3 that is starting on Saturday. That will be on a platform called WeTV, otherwise known as Tencent in the United States, anyways. So, Forever You is coming. I was surprised to see Mandate was coming to Gaga. Yes, right, Chas? Me too. I'll be watching Forever You. I liked the side couples we didn't see much of. Absolutely. Okay, real quick, another aside. So many asides, but this was also weird. I don't even know if I can say the title safely. The title that starts with play is on iQIYI, and they did promise a season 2 for that series. So I am wondering if the second season of the title that starts with play is going to be on iQIYI. That'll be interesting to find out. But you can find that somewhere else now. Okay. Curious to see how the tone will shift for the Forever You season 2. Those books get increasingly darker. Interesting. That'll be okay. Well, I said light and fluffy. Apparently, maybe not anymore for the rest. Has anyone here already watched Mandate? Would you recommend it? I did not break down and go look for it in that way. I can't help you there. Fingers crossed, Chas, that there's somebody in the chat that can. Okay, Me and Who ended. That's going to be in our spoilers section today, so save all of your spoilers for that. For the non spoiler section, as usual, is it worth watching? Did you love it? Me and Who is 10 episodes long. It's from Thailand. It is on WeTV. It is a sweet show. And I'm like taken to this like pairing it with food and beverage, just like you might like they pair wines with things. So I'm gonna say you're gonna want to pair this series with cotton candy. Also, you might want to just like cuddle up with your favorite stuffed toy and snuggle to watch it on a rainy weekend and be prepared to giggle because it is sweet and it is cute and just a lovely little show. So that is Me and Who. I'm up to episode 7, but I know all the spoilers. I will watch Forever You Part 2 in large part because I love the cast. You guys will have to let me know. I think I'm behind the times. I'm just going to keep going in the meantime. You guys will catch up when you catch up. I know that there is a delay on all of this. Okay, the next series that ended, Mystique in the Mirror. 8 episodes. Dark. Mysterious, from what I've read, and one of those mind bendy ones that you might need to like, I don't know, be fully awake for. It is from Thailand. It's on Eat iQIYI. I did not watch it, so if you watched Mystique in the Mirror, if you guys could give a heads up as to whether it was worth watching, that would be awesome. Okay, the third thing that ended, it's kind of nice, honestly, that we have more things ending than beginning right now. It's been crazy. It'll be nice to have a little bit of a reprieve at the end of the day. Okay, Until We Drown. Until We Drown is Mandarin. It's on YouTube. It's only 6 episodes long. The episodes are short. It is the Secrets of Us YouTube channel. Um, and it is, I don't have any idea because I didn't watch it, but I'm sure somebody did. So if you watched Until We Drown, go ahead and give a shout out to that series. The next one that ended, Match Play re-edited. It was re-edited to 6 episodes. From what I understand, it was a vertical format short series, with the 2 minutes or less episodes. So they expanded it. It is from Korea and it is on Gaga Ulala. All right, I love saying that name. Okay, so I watched episode 1. That's all I've got for you. It was a cute start. It was like a premise. Honestly, okay, I watched episode 1. The premise was a little unclear to me still, but I've heard Match Play is cute, so I've added it to my list. Until We Drowned, I watched it in one go. If you like Rebirth and Angst, I recommend. Okay, Yuritsa, thank you. Until We Drown. There's your feedback for that series. If you like Rebirth and Angst, recommended it. Beautiful. Yay. Oh man. All right. The next one that ended. The re-edit and full screen format of Match Play was so much stronger than the original. I liked it. Okay, sweet. Thank you, DeLorean. That's actually really appreciated. Um, I've been considering finishing it. I've heard a lot of people saying it was really fun. So, might be worth checking out then. Until We Drown, it was the usual style from the studio. They do seem to have a style, don't they? That's fair. Okay. Awaiting Dawn is the last one that ended. Again, I didn't watch it, but it is 14 episodes, full length series from Vietnam on YouTube. The channel O2 Productions tends to be angst heavy, and I don't know if Awaiting Dawn was also angst heavy, but it probably was. If anyone watched it, let me know. All right, let's see here if we've got anything. Okay, Mystique in the Mirror made me angry. It wanted to be mind bending, and I saw more glowing reviews than complaints, but didn't work for me. Okay, excellent. Thank you. What else do we have? The re-edit and full screen. Okay, Until We Drown. All right, good to know that, DeLorean. I will plan to watch it. Okay, interesting, guys. I was thinking about watching Mystique in the Mirror. I don't know. Does someone know about this miniseries? I came across it while scrolling. It's called. Oh, yep. Somebody does. I'm not going to try to pronounce that name, Ari, but I know people who have been watching it. I'm sure someone will get back to you about that. All right. Are we ready for the spoilers section? That was it. Because we didn't have any first episodes to go through. It was a very short little news review. Awaiting Dawn. It was unbalanced. There were really good events and scenes, but the script didn't use them to their full potential. The script could have been better. Okay, that is fair. Sometimes happens. All right. Me and Who spoilers. We ready? Let's do this. Final thoughts, favorite moments, favorite characters. Me and Who. The one I did watch. Awaiting Dawn was cute for the most part. I don't think it stuck the landing though. The last 3 episodes went completely wonky. Good to know. Cute. I haven't heard that from that channel in a long time. So that is good. I'm staying for spoilers. LOL. I don't mind spoilers. My brain needs an assist. Sweet. I watched the last episode of Me and Who last week, but now it's finished properly, so I can talk about it. Yes! I didn't watch it last week. I was thinking about fast tracking that episode, but I did not. Okay, so I'm trying to think. Me and Who. Okay, so the the peacock probably is something that stood out to me. At first, I thought it was a live peacock in the first. I don't remember when it disappeared. Somewhere in the middle of it all, because the peacock really was. Um, okay, I'm feeling silly. Let me come up with names real quick for all of the characters. Oh my goodness. Uh, I've put Me and Who in my top 10 of the year. It was just a nice fun show. I watched the last. Okay. I mean, you guys, if you guys have been following, you know that one hit like 27 or something like that. For me, somewhere in the mid 20s. I absolutely adored Me and Who. Both pairings were adorable and so appealing. Yes, that I can agree on, Chas. I DeLorean, you didn't fast track it either. I could see that. You're gonna save them for Forever You season two. That's fair. I think halfway through the peacock disappeared and then showed up alive in the last episode, right? I'm like almost positive that was a stuffed peacock earlier episodes. And then for the ending, they brought in a live peacock. And I'm like, what is happening? Apo! There, his name is Apo. What's really funny is I didn't even look it up. I just remembered when I was getting ready to look it up, which is hysterical. Okay, so Apo and his peacock, and the only thing I can think is that Popthorn didn't really wasn't really into the peacock. That was yeah. Our Ari, Forever You is season two is starting on Saturday. Okay, guys, let's do a Forever You like rundown real quick. Um, I don't know how many books long it is, but I think they're doing all of the stories. The first two stories happened in 16 episodes of Forever You Part One, which you can find on WeTV as well. So WeTV um, is 10 cent video. 10 cent video is in the United States, but if you're in other countries, I believe most other countries, it's WeTV. It just so happens that here in the United States, um, that doesn't WeTV in here. It was already here in the United States is something else. There's 3 books but 5 couples. Okay, you're set. Thank you. Yeah. So we have season two coming. Same platform. WeTV. It is 3 books. It is five. How do they fit 5 couples into 3 books? That is my question. But anyway, um, I don't know if we can. Part two, season two is going to be in 3 sub stories. So there's, I think, 6 to 8 episodes per sub story. And the first story is starting on Saturday. It's 6 books. The sixth book is Now's Twin, but no word on it if they are adapting this book. It takes place 6 years after the end of book 5. Oh, all of the things are coming my way. People know all the things in the chat that I don't know. I confess that maybe my shortcoming is my lack of book knowledge, which is hysterical since I write them. Um, I write them, but as far as being a reader, I'm less so. Everyone who's followed me for a while knows that's because I'm afraid that my personal author voice will get swept aside for somebody else's that I'm reading. And I've noticed that it does happen because I was trying to read recently and it wasn't working. So thank you for all the book knowledge, everybody. Kapkuna. Okay, so part two is 3 books. I don't know. Think they're adapting the twin story. Okay, so 5 of the 6 books are getting adapted. I think they're planning on separating this part two out a little bit more as well. It's not going to be quite as like woven together in the same way. They're like separating the stories out a little bit. So that'll be interesting. Hilter Johan North Tonfa Typhoon Artit Thou Tok Tiger Now Jaden Dan. Oh wow. Cool. There's so many fun names. A Man Who Defies the World of BLC final season 4 also ended on Monday. It remains similar to the previous seasons. Ah, yes. You know what? That is accurate. Thank you, Asul. That also ended. Oh, man. Okay, what are we doing? I don't know what we're doing. We're just having fun now. We're in the spoiler sections doing whatever we want. Okay, so who was everybody's favorite character from Me and Who? And anybody, any takers for that? Like, maybe, maybe not. Okay, my favorite character was, oh my goodness, that is a toss up. I'm going to go with Popcorn to be honest, because I don't know, he's just so sincere. He stuck it out, you know. I love that about him. So I'm going to go with the main character for my favorite character. I don't do that very often. I don't feel like. Uh, Katie, you liked the second couple. That's awesome. Tass was impressed with how Surya started calling fake Apple Popthorn. Oh, yeah. That part, that one moment when he started calling him Popthorn instead was really, really beautiful. I loved that too. That was really fun. I didn't watch Me and Who. That should be added to your list then, I think, personally. I don't remember his name, but not Appo. I liked how Big and Park were more comfortable with each other in Me and Who than Monster Next Door. That is true. For Me and Who, Surya's mom, did she know about the mind reading or not? I thought they said she didn't, but she was decked out in amethyst at the end. I honestly, I mean, it really wasn't mentioned. Maybe it was decked out, she was decked out in amethyst quietly, like maybe her husband was kind enough to give her amethyst, but she didn't know why she was getting amethyst. That's possible, if she really didn't know. I think she was given the mind reading blocking gems by her husband just as a gift. Yeah, I was right. Okay, mine was also Popthorn, but the second couple was wonderful to watch in the final episodes. True, they really brought it to life. Did anybody guess that who the villain was early on, or did it take a minute for the villain? I'm curious. I've got to look up the villain's name because that is who I am tonight. Oh yeah. Yeah, the cursed love. The ending was okay, so if you cut out the last 10 or so minutes of the show, I thought the ending was really daring and brave. And then they copped out at the very end. Ah, that's but yes, the cursed love was a lot more fun and well done than I expected it to be, which is interesting. I mean it's very very small company, and I think that was their first series. I don't think they've been on the map previous to that. So yeah, it was very very interesting how different the cursed love was. The ending was a little rushed. Yeah. I hadn't guessed it was Sang's character, but I should have. Right. That was my thought too. Thank you. It was Sang's character, but what was his name? I must know all the things. Where are you, Sang? Yi. There it is. I never guessed it would have been him either, but here we are. So That was different too. Ah, all right. Who is still watching Melody of Secrets? I was going to talk more about that tonight because I thought it'd be fun to digest it together. But if only a few people are watching it, then maybe not. So let's see how many people are watching Melody of Secrets still. The ending kind of ruined it. The very ending, yeah. I I really enjoyed the main lead's voice and the song that he did, DeLorean and Ari. I really enjoyed that part, and I hope they try again too. I'm ready for it. Okay, I watched episode 2. I am still on the fence about it, but I will keep watching because I'm curious enough. I'm going back. I am watching that. Okay, there's a few then. All right, so let's talk about it then because episode 2, last week I felt like when we digested episode 1 together, it helped a little bit. Haven't finished episode 2. Are you okay? Hopefully you're okay with spoilers. Feel free if you are not okay with the spoilers to head out. You know, I get it, but who knows? Maybe they'll help you out. So the first thing I wanted to address was the mood and tone of not just episode 2, but the whole story so far. Because it is dis I think the best word for the mood and tone of the series compared to the subject matter is dissonance. Um, it's very dissonant. It like they don't match at all because we have bodies in suitcases and we have like some really kind of traumatizing things happening and being discussed. And rather than like a dark mood, we've got pastel colors. We've got just kind of a light palette in general. And like it's very off. It's off-putting almost. And I do think it's deliberate. I don't know if you guys think it's deliberate, but I really do think it's deliberate. The tone and the color, and even the costumes are in these like mild tones, you know. So I don't know if you guys noticed that, but like one of my friends was like, it makes me not sure what to think or how to feel about it all. But at the end of the day, I think that's the point. Um, you know, we're on this trip, and honestly, we're I'm going on a bit of a like mm, narrative from just coming from the viewpoint of a storyteller right now and an author, and a teacher and all the things. But we're seeing this story from the perspective of a person who is missing memories, right? And I knew that the only way that this story wasn't going to be confusing as heck for a little while is if we came from a perspective of an outsider, like with all of the knowledge. And we are not outsiders with all the knowledge. We are right there with Bolt playing in the middle of it all, being lost and clueless just because he is, right? At the end of the day, our main character is missing memories and he's not getting those memories back. He's going from a journal. And guys, I saw one person who was like, who says the journal is real at the end of the day? And I was like, you know what? You know, that's a good point. He thinks it's in his handwriting, but couldn't somebody copy his handwriting? So, what if the notebook's planted? And if the notebook isn't really telling the real story either, then what do we have? We have a person whose memories are getting shaped by something that wasn't real to start with, you know, which is like, oh my gosh. Okay, so maybe it occurred to me how odd it is that the two main characters didn't react. Yeah, So, and then my last final thing that I have to say about it, before I go to what you guys have to say about it, is that I think Force's character's name is Tankun or something like that. There's either one of two things. Either Force isn't really Tankun, or if he is Tankun, then Tankun is not really both Plang's or Plang's lover. One or the other, because I do not think that the current iteration of Tankun is or has ever been both Plang's real lover. And making that statement, gosh darn it, I'm sticking to it. Okay, let's see what people have to say in the commentary here. That was what I had. What do other people have? Okay, it made me feel like I did when I was in a depressive episode and tripping balls. Sorry, not sorry. Well, maybe there's something to that. I think it's deliberate. I think it's deliberate. I think a pattern will be obvious looking back once we see what the truth actually. Yeah, I think DeLorean. Once we see what's the truth actually is, we are going to want to go back and watch the other episodes and be like, "Oh my gosh!" It's going to be one of those kind of shows. I have a feeling. Okay. Yeah, it's a question that will keep me watching. I agree. I definitely think Cancun is not Cancun. Okay, sweet. I am not the only one there. Something is going on with Bolt Playing, though, with his grandmother hating him. I almost, I'm questioning everything. I really am. I don't know. Um, let's see. My theory is that we have set off a set of twins for one of the main characters, or Bolt Playing is hallucinating or making stuff up to fill in the blanks. Okay. My partner is like on the evil twin bandwagon, DeLorean. He's like, there is an evil twin and there's a good twin. I don't know if it's an evil twin, but I had a thought that maybe Force's character had a brother, and the brother was Bolt Plank's lover, but the brother, in whatever accident they happened to be in, passed on. And Force's character, mind you, this is just a theory. I know it makes it sound like I have some sort of knowledge. No, no, no. This is just a theory. And Force's character is on a mission to learn the truth about that. And that's one of my theories anyway. I am wondering if Bolt Playing is adopted and isn't actually. That was another thought I had, Katie. I was like the way the grandmother worded some things. I was wondering if perhaps he's not really Bolt Playing, or Bolt Playing being the twin. Oh, that's an interesting thought too. Um, there was no scar on Tankun's wrist like there was supposed to be, right? So Bolt Playing is very confused, right? But that's making an assumption that the journal is real. Yeah. No, this show is so fun. Okay, Eri, as far as shows to watch right now, I think I saw something about that. For me at the end here, let me look at just FYI, if you happen to join join my Patreon ever, or have the funding to join my Discord server. Um, Lots of recs. You'll get a daily calendar with all the shows airing for that day. Okay, so I think Burnout Syndrome is on YouTube in some places in the world. That one is worth watching. Absolutely. If you happen to have Netflix, I do believe 10 Dance and Dare You to Death are going to be worth watching 100%. Let's see. What else is easily accessed? Um Sereno, maybe. That one's from the Philippines. It's a show. It's Sereno, Sereno. It is a show with mermaids, mermen. It's very raunchy and kind of irreverent would be the right word for it. But episode one was kind of fun, so that one might be interesting to watch. Um, the rest of them are kind of behind paywalls at the moment, but there are a couple more. There's also a whole bunch of small ones. So if you go to the Secrets of Us YouTube channel, if you like angst, that's a good one to check out. They always have cute little shorts that are like 10-minute episodes. We were talking about one of them today. And then I'm sure one of us could give you a longer list. I don't watch many of the short ones because don't I don't like following the short format particularly. Like 10 episodes or less, or 10 minutes or less per episode is hard for me. Um, but I know some people in this group really enjoy that format. Okay, let's see what else we have. But if the journal isn't real, it would seem like Cancun might have written it, but he wouldn't have written that false information about the scar. You would think so. What's the Discord channel name? It's behind a paywall right now. Uh, Again, right now it's behind a paywall. But if you go to my Patreon account, which is BL Songbird's Cozy Corner, you can find all that. And like, you're welcome. Make this announcement now. Coming soon. I will be doing a tiered um like pay what you can system of $1, $3, and $5. Right now it's only $3, but it pretty soon it'll be 1, 3, and 5, and it'll be you guys get all the same things, but pay what you can kind of thing. Um, just so it can be fair to everybody and what everybody can afford, because times are rough, and I like to think of pay what you can afford kind of thing. Yeah, so that's coming to my Patreon account. BL Songbird's Cozy Corner. I have link trees on all social media platforms. So if you click on the link tree, you can find my Patreon account and go from there. I hope you join. It would be fun. Always welcoming new members. We do watch parties on Sundays too. And BL Hidden Gems Club, which is going to be becoming a much more significant kind of thing. So let's see. What else do we have? And then our book playing was adopted to be his twin. I mean to be him, not his twin. We're going. Maybe both playing and his twin were separated as kids, and one was adopted and the other wasn't. But then the adopted one died. Ooh, and the other one has lost memories. That would be really unfortunate. Well, you know what? We're going to find out. This is going to be fun. And just keep doing this, guys. So we'll be, as part of our spoilers section next Tuesday, talking about episode 3. And we'll see if we gather any more information by then, right? Also, we have to obviously talk about Ten Dance, and we obviously have to talk about Dare You to Death as well. So that is kind of the plan. I don't think that anything is what's coming into an end. Tide of Love, if anybody's watching that, that's coming to an end this week. First Page, one of those small ones, is coming to an end this week. One of those little Korean BLs on YouTube. Oh, Thundercloud Rainstorm is coming to an end. Maybe we'll talk about that, even though I didn't watch it. I'm sure most of you guys were watching that one. And then Chosen Home, which is like one of my current favorites, is also coming to an end this week. If you haven't watched Chosen Home, which is also on Netflix, wouldn't call it BL precisely. It's very, very gay. It's found family. It's on Netflix. Kind of meh. Okay, well that's good to know. Thundercloud Raystorm is great. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so those things are ending. Maybe we'll add one or two of them to our chat and the spoilers next week too for you guys, since I am not watching very many of them right now. Um, if you like, as you guys know, like I'm normally the one who watches everything. And like, yeah, I'm finishing the novel. It's happening. I'm on the last, like, maybe two or three chapters. We are getting there. I'm going to make it by the end of the year. So, and who knows, maybe after that I'll get back to watching all of the series. Anyway, yeah, that's coming. I need more clarification about what they mean 10 years for the memory loss. Did he lose all memories 10 years ago and not regained anything? Or lost 10 years worth of memories at some point? Okay, so I'm not entirely sure my original theory is wrong. And my original theory is that, like, he's one of those people who really does have significant memory loss, and he has difficulty other than what's happened in the last 24 hours, um, putting things together. But I could be wrong about that. I feel like he lost all his memories. Yeah, it's hard to say, right? We're gonna find out all kinds of things. I'm hoping when we need another perspective besides his. If we only ever end up in his perspective, we're so gonna be lost. School trip ends this week as well. That is a good point, Chas. We'll have to talk about school trip. Dynamite Kiss stole time away from my BL viewing. Okay. I mean, the name is fun. I will give you that. I haven't heard of that one. That must be, is that a K drama? Oh, okay, a couple of people enjoying that one. That's pretty cool. Hmm, that's awesome. I caught up on the love never sets. Yeah. I caught up on the love never sets. This week. I'm watching the current episode. I was in the Discord channel. I crashed out like episode 8. I was like, screw this. I'm not watching this anymore. Yeah, well, I obviously didn't make it. I'm still watching that one. That one is annoying. Yeah, super annoying. K drama on Netflix for Dynamite Kiss. Okay, love it. That's what got me into BL, guys. Actually, was K drama. Actually, originally it was Chinese dramas, like in 2019 or 18 or something like that. And then the K drama craze came, and and then Asian drama plus the fact that I watched queer stuff anyway, just so this showed up on my Netflix, and that's how we ended up here. The love never mez? Really? Meh. Huh. Well, okay. That's fine. I don't know. What's his name? Ja. I like Ja. I am really enjoying Love Begins in the World of If and Therapy Game. Okay. So Therapy Game, yes. Love Begins in the World of If. I only watched episode 1 so far. I also dropped Love Never Sets. Are we the same person? You guys seem like you're the same person. That's like me and Chas. We're the same person. Um, in fact, if you say you're really enjoying Love Begins in the World of If, maybe I'll try binging that over the vacation. Oh, I only made it to episode 2. Again, all I can say is I really like Ja. If I didn't, I'd probably be right there with you guys. Love Begins in the World of If is really good, simple but strong story, right? Okay, good to know. Episode one was interesting. I liked the time travel esque kind of thing going on with that. You know what? Today's kind of nice. I didn't have so much to get through, so we get to chat more, which is fun. I like chatting. Oh man. Let me think. What else? Okay. All right. So T over the weekend did it again. Right? Like he has memed himself again. And then I saw that Nui from Tay New, uh, Nui and Tay for that matter, tried to like do the TikTok replica. They didn't quite have the voiceover just right. Like they didn't quite do their lip sync, but it was still hilarious to watch them try. And like okay, so this was the moment of T crashing out over the plane tickets, which just sent me. Oh man. Oh man, and Peach's expression in that scene, the freaking out and Peach's expression were everything. That was perfect. So, oh my gosh, that man. Oh, and then he's just Pond is winning is what is happening. He's winning. Like he got the perfect character at the perfect moment because he also has got all these he's a brand presenter for so many like really top brands, and now they're getting all these deep talk interviews for him and Puin, and they're already like saying they're in a basically in a situationship. So it's like the perfect storm for like BL duo and series, which is one of the best I've ever seen. Yeah, I can't even every week, and this week pulled at the heartstrings too. I may or may not have gone a little teary eyed for a moment here or there. I'm just like, it's a ride, and it is a fantastic ride. I don't even know. JoJo said the staff had to leave in that scene because they were like, I could see it, Katie. Uh Pond is hilarious. Me and Thee is pure perfection. It's perfect for both Pond and Pooin. Yeah. Okay, so good to know about the world of if. Next week, sure. Okay, let's do it. I'll be on vacation next week. It's gonna be fantastic. Mm, so fun. A Poo and hater I know is loving it. Oh, dang, that is high praise right there. Who can hate those two anyway? They've worked so hard to develop their bond. Goodness gracious. Oh man. Okay, guys. Well, what else is there, really? I was on the verge of tears with all of Peach's trauma, right? Okay, so the hospital scene where Peach was like stunned that somebody's taking care of him, and Dee was stunned that somebody was touching him and like appreciating him taking care, which I don't think he's ever done for anybody either, was quite the combo. Like uh, I was a little stunned by that scene, to be honest. It was just so beautifully put together. Dang. We're kind of watching like one of those pieces of history in the making, I think, that everyone is going to talk about for a long time, and it's super fun to get to see it in real time this time. Rome and Mok, yeah, Rome is quite the character, and their story in the industry is a great one. Yes, it is. It's true. I know some people have been kind of not liking them a whole lot, but you know, No, yeah, they're not. They weren't an established couple, right? Just Mulk trying to keep his distance. I was pouting like a baby, about to cry. Aw, hmm. This version of Pond and this version of Rome makes perfect sense that they are brothers, right? It that fits really well. Well, okay, so Est is totally nailing the bodyguard. I think the story without Est would not be quite the same. I would agree. Fair, fair. I have my fingers crossed, Katie, that we will get more screen time for them. They are, after all, like one of those shooting star ships. Oh, we're not calling them ships. One of those shooting star duos. I like that better. William Est are so cute. Yes, they are. I think Tempo, Ari, if you're still listening, I think Tempo is on YouTube. Absolutely watch that. You will fall in love with them too, I'm sure. Yeah, Tem, as in like, okay, let me just put it, I'll put it in the chat so those who want to see it. That is worth watching. Okay, Perth Santa disappeared though. That's okay, they'll be back. Yeah, Perth Santa are in a, oh gosh, what is that series called? They have two. They have one on the 2026 lineup and another that they're currently filming. So plenty of Perth Santa to come. No worries there. We will get to see lots of them. 100%. Let's see. If I remember the series names, do I? Maybe. I'm sure MDL has them. Let me look it up real quick. I'll let you guys know the names so you guys can keep an eye out. Uh, Perth. Let's see. What are the names? Hi. Nope. The Spooky Love Tale is one of them. So Perth and Santa are in the Spooky Love Tale. That's their 2026, and then their one that this current filming is called Love You Teacher. Both of those they will be the main leads. So yeah, we'll have lots of Perth and Santa. I did find it interesting how they disappeared from the show for the past couple of episodes. Oh, Perth and Santa in this show. Here I was on a totally different track. So sorry. I don't know. I feel like I want to I know information, but I'm not going to give it because I know how much people hate book spoilers. So, I won't I'm not going to say. But I hope so too with you guys. I hope they come back in the show. I was totally on a different track. Yeah, laugh at me. Definitely. I'm only slightly embarrassed. Now you know they have two new shows, and well, hopefully they will make another appearance together in this series too. Because yeah, they are the side duo in Me and Thee. It's true. They had so little screen time that I forgot. Katorka. I totally forgot. I'm so sorry. My bad. Oh man. Okay. Well, it's actually after 7, guys, so we're out of time today. I also went a little over than what more than what I usually do, but it was lovely chatting with you all. Be sure to tune in live 6 p.m. Tuesdays here on the BL Express YouTube channel, and I will see you all next week. Have a good week, everyone. Yeah, I will see you all next week. We're still before the Christmas, like the day before. I don't know. Maybe we should do something fun. Anyway, see you then. Have a good week. Bye, everybody.